The Toronto Raptors lose again, but an unexpected player makes an impact late in this game. Raptors lose their 8th straight game, and this is the first game on a back-to-back for the Raptors. The Raptors face off against the Houston Rockets next, and that game should be a guaranteed win. The Houston Rockets have lost 20 or I think 21 straight games. I think they lost tonight as well. And that's the game that the Raptors should guarantee win and break out of their slump. Now, this game, the Raptors gave it all away in that third quarter. A 14-point difference in the third quarter pretty much wrote this game away. The Raptors did a great job of just fighting back. They were down by as much as 22 points in this game. They cut it down to 5 points with about 53 seconds to go after VanVleet hits the deep three in transition. Just pull up right in Larry Nance's face. But the Raptors couldn't get any closer than that. And some bad decisions. Lowry with the standing three-point shot with Colin Sexton right in his face. Bad shot selection there. Could have ran more offense. Could have ran a few more pick and rolls. I know you're running out of time, but that wasn't the shot that you wanted. And then Norman Powell comes right back into the game and just takes a lazy drive to the paint. Jared Allen blocks him, and that was it right there. Sealed the game. Now, in this game, the Raptors just played poorly, to say the least. They just got dominated on the glass. Of course, once again, the glass is huge, and the Raptors got destroyed at the three-point line. Now, the Cavs, with Colin Sexton, who was having a good game in the first half, but at the end of the first half, he gets into a bit of a fight, like a verbal fight. He was right in Fred VanVleet and Norman Powell's face, and both teams had to separate the players. And you know what? That got Colin Sexton going. After that little dispute there, he had 23 points in the second half and was just unbelievable. He was knocking down huge shots, three-point shots, getting to the lane, and daggers. He was just killing the Raptors with back-breaking points by him. And he seemed unstoppable tonight. He was having tough floaters in the lane, three-point shot. Even though he's not a great three-point shooter, he was killing it tonight. And it was tough for the Raptors to compete against that when you had Fred VanVleet, 8 of 24. Could have been your best player in my opinion, but I gave it to OG Anunoby, who, took advantage of Jared Allen late when he was guarding him, and OG was playing the 5. Took him off the dribble, got a couple dunks, got a couple of hooks in the lane. He played well against Jared Allen. We might have, gone to expose that earlier in the game because Aaron Baines, Chris Boucher, and Pascal Siakam, all garbage tonight. All garbage. And if I told you the fourth corner lineup that got the Raptors in this game, you guys would be shocked. Now, the guy who I had no idea would provide the impact to get the Raptors on a spark and make the comeback in this game was Patrick McCaw. Out of nowhere, Nick Nurse is trying to find something. He is playing everybody. And Paul Watson and, Stanley Johnson and Malachi Flynn, Chris Boucher, Aaron Baines, they're just playing anybody on the bench. I'm surprised he didn't go to Terrence Davis, but I think Terrence Davis is now in the doghouse. He just can't play any defense. It fouls just way too much and turnover prone. Too many flaws. So he's in the bench. Matt Thomas can't play defense, and you really need a defense in this one. So we went with Patrick McCaw, and Patrick McCaw came up with, he got to the free throw line, did a nice little spin move, got fouled, hit to the free throw line, knocked a couple free throws down. He got his confidence up, got a nice steal, playing the passing lanes, drove in, and you know what? Got an and one. Bam. 5 points out of the gate for Patrick McCaw. And a couple possessions down, Patrick McCaw pokes him from behind, gets a steal, gets the ball, and then drops it off for OG. OG gets fouled, and I'm like, Patrick McCaw, if this is the Patrick McCaw that we've been looking for, welcome. Because for the last 3 years, I think this is the best highlight of his life. And he was playing amazing for the Raptors. And I know he played great for Golden State, don't get me wrong, but I'm just talking as a Toronto Raptor. This is the best highlight package I've seen of him. He played well. He played the passing lanes well. He was passing the basketball, and he looked good. I just haven't seen that spark, that energy, that that love for the game that he should have when he's on the court. But this was great to see from him, and he sparked the Raptors back in the game. And the fourth corner lineup that got the Raptors back into this game was Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet, Patrick McCaw, Stanley Johnson, and OG Anunoby. No Pascal Siakam in the fourth quarter. Norman Powell only played like a few minutes down the stretch because Patrick McCaw got subbed out and you really needed somebody that can space the floor. But he barely played as well. It was those 5 guys who really got the Raptors down from 22 points to 5 points. And they played their heart out and they played strong. VanVleet and Kyle Lowry, I think, had 40 minutes each. And they were just trying to push the pace and just fight. Kyle Lowry took the lead in some of the huddles and the timeouts and just told the team, push the pace, gotta play better, gotta play harder. And you know what? You gotta hand to the Cavs. Colin Sexton, Darius Garland, Jared Allen, and the boys there, the young guys, just played harder and just out-hustled the Raptors on many possessions. And that's what made the difference, because if the Raptors win those possessions, especially in that third quarter, this game is a huge difference. But you know what? It's a if and or but, and the Raptors didn't do any of that. Despite the Cavaliers turning the ball over 26 times, the Raptors allowed the Cavs to shoot a better percentage from the field, better percentage from 3, and dominate them on the glass. 54 to 37 for the rebounding margin as the Raptors got dominated on the glass. Jared Allen was a monster, and every single starter for the Cavaliers got an offensive rebound as the Raptors just cannot secure the ball to end the defensive possession off, and it just comes back again and again. We need a big man that can get 7 to 8 rebounds. The talks of Tristan Thompson, he would be really helpful for this team. Just need a guy who can get rebounds and just to stay on the court and be a viable option for on offense. It seems like that's a lot to ask nowadays, especially for this team. Aaron Baines and Chris Boucher and Pascal Siakam, all 3 guys, unplayable down the stretch. Just too many instances where they just cannot do both of those things. Be an offensive option. Pascal Siakam will break every 3 tonight. Like, he was just ridiculous. And then, you know what? Get rebounds. OG Anunoby and Stanley Johnson did a great job of, boxing out Larry Nance Jr., JaVale McGee, and, Jared Allen. They did a better job than those guys. And those guys are bigger and taller, which makes no sense to me. But the Raptors definitely got to work on that, or else they're not going to win any games. And it is a perfect game to bounce back against the Houston Rockets. They play small, so the Raptors can play small and Pascal Siakam at the 5 and get away with it. But you know what? It's not going to be easy. I think Christian Wood is back, and that's going to be a good test for Pascal Siakam to see if he can guard and rebound against Christian Wood, who's playing really well this season. He's like a 2010 guy. Guys, let me know what you guys think, who the Raptors should really get, and what this Raptors team should do going forward. It really looks like if the Raptors play as bad as they do right now and they lose against the Houston Rockets, you know what? Everybody's on the trading block. To me, everybody's on the trading block after that point. You can't lose to a team like that. And 8 straight, it's just atrocious. And it's tough. I don't even know what to say. This team's got to bounce back. The energy's got to be better. And they played down to their level. After playing a great game against the Utah Jazz, they played a garbage game against the Cavs, who are, I think, 10 or 11 games below 500. It's just frustrating to watch. But, guys, let me know what you guys think. Until next time. Peace.